Hello and welcome to Thoughtful Thursdays with Pastor Kristin. As we continue to find ourselves in this season of Epiphany, a season of light and hope, a season of epiphanies, of revelations, and the ways that we celebrate that Jesus shows up in our lives in a myriad of ways. I know I talk a lot about the fact that I love this season of Advent. I also love this season of Epiphany because I love this idea of God's light, that light that shines in the darkness and no darkness can overcome it. We have the promise from Jesus, the words of Jesus, one of his I am statements in the Gospel of John, where he says, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. We have this promise that God is light for us, that Jesus is the light of the world, and that no darkness can overcome that. And so, especially I think in this time of the year when we're not seeing a lot of light, at least around here, we've had a lot of snowy, cloudy days. And so the little few days that we've had where the sun is out and shining have been extra joyful, at least for me, if not for everyone else. It was actually nice and sunny this morning when I started thinking about this. And now that I'm writing it, the clouds have come out. But, I do celebrate the light that is Jesus, that brings light into our world, even in our darkest times. That light that continues to shine and continues to help us find our way. And so today I was thinking about one of the songs that I really appreciate, not just this time of year, but always. But it is one that probably I think more about this time of year when we're talking about light and Epiphany. This is one that it's a song that I don't even remember when I learned it. But it's one I love. It is an African tune, traditional South African music. And so I will say right now that my ukulele playing will probably not sound like it should, to go with a traditional South African tune. But it is a song that I love, and you might be familiar with it too. So if you are, I invite you to sing along with me as we sing about the fact that we are marching in the light of God. 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 We are marching, marching, we are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching, we are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. Now, there are several verses to this song, even in our hymnals. We're dancing, we're praying, we're singing. And so we'll sing those. But I think one of the things that I really got thinking about today was that because that light shines wherever we are, whatever we're doing, we are doing it in the light of God. And so I invite you, especially if you are watching live, to help me out with whatever you are doing right now, that we can sing about doing in the light of God. And so I have a couple of ideas to throw in there, a couple of my own hobbies of crafting and baking. We craft and bake in the light of God, just like we march and sing and pray and dance. I know this has been a tough week on all of those out there who drive for a living. Thinking especially of my husband who drives semi, and with road conditions and especially parking lots for the places that he delivers and picks up from not being plowed great. I know it has been an extra stressful week for him this week with all this snow that we got. And so thinking about the fact that he, as he is driving, plowing, shoveling, all of those things, that he is doing those things in the light of God as well. So if you're watching live, feel free to throw a comment out there about what you are doing right now. And if anyone chimes in, we'll try to fit that into the song. So we'll start again with marching, then we're going to dance and pray and sing, and we'll see where we go from there. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. Marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching, we are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching, we are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. Dancing, we are dancing in the light of God. 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 We are dancing, dancing, we are dancing. Oh, we are dancing in the light of God. We are dancing, dancing, we are dancing. Oh, we are dancing in the light of God. Praying, we are praying in the light of God. 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 We are praying, praying, we are praying. Oh, we are praying in the light of God. We are praying, praying, we are praying. Oh, we are praying in the light of God. We are singing 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 in the light of God. We are singing, singing, we are singing. Oh, we are singing in the light of God. We are singing, singing, we are singing. Oh, we are singing in the light of God. All right, we're going to throw in a whole bunch of them in this verse and see where we go. We are driving in the light of God. We are baking in the light of God. We are crafting in the light of God. We are playing in the light of God. We are driving, we are baking. Oh, we are playing in the light of God. We are marching, marching, we are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. So whether we are dancing, singing, praying, marching, shoveling, driving, crafting, baking, typing, studying, whatever we are doing throughout our day, every day, we do that in the light of God, because Jesus is the light of the world and has promised to be with us always. God, Emmanuel, Jesus is with us always. And so we celebrate that today, that even on the days when we don't feel like we have a whole lot of light, that everything we do is in the light of God. And so I hope that that light shines for you today, that you are feeling the warmth and the light of Jesus shining on you and in you, as you go through your day today. And remember that everything that you do is done in that light. I hope that you all have a great rest of your week. Invite you to join us for worship on Sunday at All Saints. We gather at 9:30 for worship, and then this Sunday is our annual meeting, so that will follow worship at 10:45 in our sanctuary. And that is not where the fun ends this week. We also will be having a potluck to celebrate our successful capital appeal. And so we invite you, we're going to have a little fun with that. We're going to have a little potluck cook-off. And so invite you to bring your best dish to share. And we'll have a little fun with our great meal and vote for our favorites. We do encourage you to bring either an entree or a side, as we will have dessert provided. But hope that you will join us for that. Hope that you're able to bring something, but if you're not, please don't let that stop you from coming. Just come to be with us to celebrate and to enjoy one another's company. So a full morning at All Saints on Sunday. Hope you'll join us in person if you can. If not, invite you to catch worship online on Facebook at 9:30 and YouTube by 11. Well, YouTube might be a little bit later this weekend because of the annual meeting. So we will send out an email to let you know when that is posted. Hope you all feel the light of Christ shining on you this weekend and always, and that you remember that God loves you. And so do I. Have a great weekend, everybody.